this show on the road. A little bit of music for everyone to enjoy as we count down.
Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In the search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Preacher man discovered, passed down from saint to sage, like a kind-hearted lover who's been lost on this stage. Went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Junkie and the jigger, just seen who done the crime. Captain pulled the trigger, guess who's doing time? They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, is he yours or is he mine? Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In our search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. We're missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Devil's at a crossroads, joker's doing fine. Just sitting doing
time. That's it. It is time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for WordPress plugins A to Z, not Z.
It's episode 8 of WP Plugins A to Z Unplugged, and today I have some discussions, a couple of plugins, and more, all coming up on Plugin Pulse, WP Plugins A to Z Unplugged. WordPress, the king of content management systems, powering the web with over 80,000 plugins to choose from. How do you sort the junk from the gems? Welcome to WP Plugins A to Z, where we've been keeping the pulse of WordPress alive for over 16 incredible years. Join us every week for an unrehearsed, real talk breakdowns of the latest and greatest plugins, developer and community member interviews, Some weeks, Amber and I team up to dig in. Others, I'm flying solo, unpacking WordPress news, demoing a standout plugin, or sharing tips to power up your site. No scripts, no fluff, just the good stuff from A to Z. So plug in and let's get rolling. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Coming to you direct from the brewery overlooking beautiful southern Vancouver Island. I'm Sean Overall, and we got a great show for you today, and we are headed into 2026. This is the last show for 2025, and I've got a few different things to ramble on and talk about here. You know, a couple of plugins, a little bit of WordPress news, a couple of discussions, and with that all being said, let's dive right into some of the discussions. All right, we got here. Where did this go? Yep, here it is. All right. We've got some discussions that were done here on the up on X. This one here is a couple of weeks old, but it was really quite an interesting discussion. And it was started by Ryan over at Influence WP. And so it was a very interesting discussion. And what it was the difference between Gutenberg versus block editor. And at that point there, to me, they just seemed like the same thing. You know, while I really didn't give it much thought because I don't use Gutenberg block editor. I don't use the Gutenberg program at all. But it turns out what it is in the end is Gutenberg is the project, is what the Gutenberg is. Block editor is the Gutenberg's the project, block editor is the product. There we go. Get the words right. I know they both begin with P, so it just throws you right off the bat. Anyway, there's a link in the show notes here to the discussion that Ryan started. He started it with a survey asking people whether they are calling it Gutenberg or block editor when people producing stuff for it are creating their marketing copy. And it looked like, 76 votes, 89% call it a block editor, which it is. And that's what it should be called. At the time, I didn't. I thought they were just interchangeable names for the same thing. But now that I know the difference and I understand it, it's like, okay, well, I changed my mind. Well, I didn't really change my mind. I made a new decision based on new information. Since nobody ever changes their mind, all they'll ever do is make a new decision based on new information and throw away that old decision as, okay, that one wasn't valid, so let's go on with the new decision. It's not really changing your mind, although it is. Anyway, this is a pretty good discussion, and it's really kind of enlightening in the world of WordPress to understand these little nuances in things and how the words will sometimes matter with what you're trying to accomplish. And I can see it as far as marketing copy goes. If you keep calling it Gutenberg, well, Gutenberg is a project. It's not a product. And you have to be more specific so that people can understand what it's going to be doing for them and their websites. Another one I ran across that I found was rather interesting is a discussion thread on Reddit where people are talking about what is their must-have list of free WordPress plugins for 2026. And you got one fellow who dumped down his list. He's got 29 plugins here. I disagree with several of them myself, but they're all really good and they're all very usable. You wouldn't want to stick them on every single website, but you would want to use them on a lot of websites, depending on what you're building. And they've got plugins in here that I no longer use or find valid, such as Yoast SEO plugin, which is no longer of use to me because it became problematic and they started charging nickel and diming for every feature that was once part of the core. They've got ones in here like MailPoet. That is the best thing you can do for your website if you're going to run a newsletter is run it through MailPoet, because then it's fully integrated into your content and easier to bring your content over, be it from a WooCommerce store or your posts, and then send out automated emails. The only problem I've got with MailPoet is their exclusive use of the block editor for creating the posts or the posts that get mailed out. The block editor is anything but intuitive. Sometime in the new year, I'm going to do a video comparing the unintuitiveness of the block editor for creating content versus the intuitiveness of the classic editor combined with a templating system such as Elementor, and show how much easier it is to produce your content. Granted, setting up the templates may take you a bit more time, but once you get it set up, creating your content is just a breeze. You create your content and it's displayed the way you want it instead of trying to manipulate every single page with a block editor, which is a nightmare. It's just, I'm going to create that because I get more and more fed up with times I have to use the block editor. So anyway, but you got lots of other people that were sharing their links or their favorite plugins. So this fellow here, DigiHold, he's got Rank Math, Link Whisperer, Digi eCommerce, plugins I'd never heard of. Better Search and Replace. Yeah, that one's very useful if you're transferring and moving a website. Then there's a few others down through here that list them up. So it's a very interesting read, and you might get some ideas on some plugins, and that's my whole goal, is ideas on plugins I might not have heard of or seen before, which is going to be part of the goal of the WP Plugins podcast in the coming year, and the WP Plugins A to Z website in the coming year, and that is to give voice to the underheard voices out there and try to expand that out for people to be able to find them. Now we've got another interesting here. An SEO framework creator has launched Troy as an alternative to WordPress.org. Now, of course, I first heard about this from the repository. It's a really good read, and it's a really good article, and it has the links in here, and I've got links in the show notes also that'll take you off to their GitHub repo to get Troy. They've also got a website, deploytroy.org, where you can either get a Troy client or a Troy server and learn how it is done. And what this is for is this is another one of those predictions we had made, in that there'll be more and more types of repos for the WordPress plugins. And that's what this is all about. It's an alternative to the WordPress.org plugin distribution system. What did I do this time? I have no idea what you did, James. Did I have you in there? I don't think I've mentioned you yet. No, that's okay. Thanks for showing up, though. I greatly appreciate it. So anyway, check out Troy. It's interesting. I've only read up on it briefly. I haven't had time to dive into it. We went into the Christmas holidays, and I went down for 3 or 4 days, enjoying the Christmas fair with the family and all of that. And I'm just now getting back to work, although this is a quiet week where I try to do my own pet projects. And I'll be talking about one of my pet projects that is ready to run. Okay, and I got a random thing here. This is a random thought. Somebody wrote an article, the fuck off contact page. And this is a really good article about people creating contact pages that are basically telling anyone who hits the contact page to fuck off. We don't want to talk to you. We just want you to buy our product. We're not actually going to support you. And it's a really good rundown on how not to build a contact page if you want to build rapport with your customers, or how to build one if you want to send them off to AI agents to do all your stuff. Oh, did we mention you in the Twitter post? Oh, that was just to get you in here, James. I don't know. My marketing manager handles the Twitter feed for me. Blame it on her. So. Oh, do I have you? I must have you in here to mention you. Okay. I don't know what's in my show notes. I wrote these show notes a couple of weeks ago. All I did was skim through them here today. All right. All right. Now, premium plugin. Okay. I do have a couple of plugins to review. The first one I'm going to be talking about here is from a friend of mine who actually, he does a lot of coding for me too, but he created this plugin last year. It's currently called WP Descriptor. He's searching for a name that stands out a little better, tells you a bit more about what this plugin is. He just updated this plugin with some really excellent functions to it. So what this plugin does for you is it allows you install it, it uses AI. You have to buy the credits through him for the AI. It takes 10 credits per image. The credits are 1,000 credits for $20. So that's basically, 10 times 100, that's 100 images, I guess. 1,000 divided by 10 is, it's 100 images. So 100 images for $20. And you can get a bit more of a discount when you buy them. There's still about $10 per thousand. If you buy 5,000 credits, it's, a little less. But anyway, you get the credits, you put it into your site, and either in the media library, in your upload area, when you're working with products, whatever, it comes up with a pop-up, or not a pop-up, but a little text that you click on. It says description. You click on it, and AI analyzes that image for you, and then spits out a title, a caption, an alt tag, and title, caption, alt tag. There's one more. Why did my brain go with that? Anyway, it spits out all the descriptors for you, and they're long-tailed, sometimes a paragraph or more in text, and it actually gets the image about 90% of the time. Now, I've gotten mine to approximately 98 to 99% of the time because it's got a section in the settings for the plugin where you can go in and give a full rundown description of what your website is about, what your images tend to be about, enhancing what the AI does. And one of the functions he just added to it is he added an additional little window when you go to edit, when you go to have the descriptor, you can add in another key phrase for that specific image. And because what I was finding is while it was getting my images well, sometimes the images were not quite what I use on my website, but they were close enough and the descriptions were close enough where I could just add it, I'm going to be done. But with this new function to it, it makes it so you can get it even closer with the AI. I'm not sure what AI system is being used for it, but it is a really good plugin and is one I highly recommend. The plugin is free. It gives you a few credits to start out once you set up an account with them, and then you start purchasing credits for there. So it gives you enough credits for 10 images, I think, so you can test it and see how the functionality is. So I highly check it out and go use it. Yeah, my marketing managers had to fix my images for me where I had a bad habit of upload the image, move along. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay claim to guilty there for not doing the images correctly for a very long time. That has changed though, especially with this plugin, because now the time is, instead of 20 minutes per image, it's cut down to like 2 to 3 minutes per image. And your images are important for your SEO. So go check it out. It is a very fantastic plugin. And of course, I give it a 5 dragon rating. All right, here. Look, coffee. The hard part about doing this by myself. Finding the time to drink. Okay. Before I dive into the secondary plugin, where was that? I can't remember where I found this. The video is no longer available. They closed their YouTube account? Oh, did the developer of this plugin go away on me? Okay, well, I know it was brand new. They slammed him over on Reddit when he tried to promote this plugin for people to check out. I should have took more notes on it, but it was a very interesting new plugin that was coming out. And so he created a YouTube video on how it's used, and I had saved it, but he's closed the account, so it's gone. Okay, well, that one there has gone bye-bye. We will just leave that off into the ether. All right. Well, I have no idea here. Let's see. Something that I'm looking for as I randomly follow through on this stuff here. Yeah, I don't know, James. Thanks for showing up, but I have no idea where I mentioned you in the notes. Looking for it. I'm really looking for it here. So I have no idea what notes my marketing manager might have read. So, but just the way it goes, I do lots of random things, and the random things throw me for a loop regularly, while other people just kind of look at it and go, what is all of that? Let's see what I've got here. And we got this one here. I know what I was supposed to do, which I hadn't done yet, and add to my notes here because we're doing it live to tape. Always a perfection when it's live to tape. Nothing ever goes wrong. Ever. Ever, ever. Okay, where is that section? There we are. See, I forgot to put this stuff in here. Nope, I don't have you in my notes, James. You're just popular, but thanks for showing up. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's go talk real briefly before we go into the second plugin here. I've got a section in my notes where, I'm trying to promote the smaller, less influential people on Twitter. Some of them have reasonable size accounts, but a lot of them have less than, 3,000 followers, some 2,000, some below 1,000. In the other shows and places, there's nothing in the other shows and places. What are you talking about here? Let's see here. Other shows and places. Oh, well, WP Podcast, Tonic. Oh, there we go. Now I know where it's at. All right. Yeah, okay. I'll come back to that. All right. First one here is Rhino, web designer, no-code developer from the Netherlands. Puts out some pretty good tweets, some interesting stuff, some good content here and there. So go check them out. If you find them, you don't follow them, give them a follow. And the next one here is WP Tuts. And WP Tuts, now this one's a lot bigger. It's got over 8,000, almost 9,000 followers. And they help you get more from your WordPress website and expand your freelance business. They've got, sample documents, some good videos, lots of training information, some updates, lots of articles, a really good YouTube channel with lots of content. Go check them out. They're worth checking out and following. Another one here is Rocket.net. And Rocket.net is for managed WordPress hosting. It's a really good place. They put out some pretty decent content, help your clients understand to ask for what they want. So this is some really good content here, and I have found it to be fairly useful, and wander through the content from time to time. Final one here is Ben's Right. He runs Layer WP, and that's his jam. He's got 6,900 followers, so go check him out. And he's got lots of really great content, puts up some good random content from time to time, and is a good voice that makes you think. So go follow these guys and check them out on Twitter. All right. Well, before I go to my plugin, I'm going to bring in just that one there. So we'll know why you showed up, James. Here's why you showed up, because I've got you under other shows and places to get WordPress info and training. I am creating and curating a list that will continue week after week for our shows, unless, of course, it's an interview show. And then it will allow people to find all of this wonderful content. So James Welbs, the world's worst web developer, has a really great YouTube channel with lots of videos here, with lots of different content, talking about multiple things. And I guess the most recent video was trying GoDaddy's Aereo AI builder, so you don't have to. Thank you. We greatly appreciate that. It probably doesn't work as well as everyone thinks AI works. AI works great until it doesn't. And it is sometimes a challenge to work with AI, as I've discovered, especially when they update the model. So I was working on some coding this morning, and bringing to that, we will talk about this next plugin. This was a new project. Well, not a new. I've been working on this project off and on for the last couple of months. And what it is, over on WPPlugins, we now have the ability for people to donate their artwork to the show. The new art generator has been created. And what we've done with this, I used ACF Pro, Advanced Custom Fields Pro, and I coded out my own front-end submission form so that people can give me the title of the image, the description, upload an image, or the option to upload a video, a very short one, 5 megs max. So short video, and then, protect it with reCAPTCHA, and then they submit the artwork. It is then submitted to my advanced custom field custom post type, and then it's set there as a draft. I can go review it and see if it's a valid image and if it's a valid post. If not, I just turf it. It never sees the light of day. And then I can, once I approve it, it will be displayed on a page I am building out to display all these images in a beautiful gallery so people can surf around and see all the images in there. We're going to be making some additional changes as that comes along, but this was the great first step to it. This plugin, if someone wants to use this plugin with Advanced Custom Field for ACF Pro, it only works with Pro at the moment. I'm going to make it so it's available to be used with the free version of ACF. It's available over on my GitHub repo. You can go get it there. The initial release is sitting in the releases area of the thing. If you just want the release, if you want to fork the code, fork it and run. Have a good old fun time with it. But I've done quite a bit of work to it to get it to this point. And it's really quite a great thing. So I'm really happy about it. How you doing, Ryan? Nice to see you. I think it's Ryan. Yeah, my brain is there. Thanks for showing up to the show. Greatly appreciate it. So anyway, go check out this plugin here. It's for front-end image and video submissions using Advanced Custom Fields Pro. And the submissions saved as drafts with new admin review tools, so you can review it in the admin area. And it creates a secure front-end form for users to submit. So, and if you got some really cool artwork you'd like to share with the show, go submit it for us. That'll be one way you can give value for value to this show, which is, after I give this plugin here a 5 dragon rating. Can't forget that. I have to give it a great rating. After all, I've got too many hours into it. This show is a value for value model, and that value can be returned in any way you see fit. Best way is to go out there and tell other folks about the show. Tell them to come watch the show, listen to the show, download the show. Hit up the WP Plugins website, which is undergoing a complete rebuild right now. It's going to come out with a more efficient, easier to navigate website that people will be able to find past episodes and maybe even be able to hunt down the plugins that we've surfaced in the past. More of that is coming, but the value for value, meaning, time, talent, or treasure. And we even have it all set up now where if you click on the treasure donations, you can go donate cash to the show. We always accept cash. Quite simply, through PayPal, right off the website, go donate cash to the show. The other one, of course, we just talked about, donating the artwork. Supplying artwork to the show means I won't have to have Grok create it for me every week. That would be kind of cool. I'm getting really, I was really tired of it when I had to manually create it. Now doing it with Grok Rent, it doesn't take me very long, but still I have to go spend the time to do that. So having artwork to choose from would be a fantastic thing. The other way you can do that is if you see a way you can support the show with some time, help us build out things, suggestions for us, things of that nature, feel free to make them. We do have a contact form somewhere on this website. Yeah, there it is. Contact form down at the bottom. Actually, no, we don't have a contact form. Got a 1-800 number you can call me at, though. I got to put that contact form in. Okay, there's another thing for me to fix. I ignored this site for too many years. That's what happened. But I have been fixing it as time has allocated me. I've had a lot of client work this year. It seems I built 12 websites this year. I didn't even realize I built that many. At any rate, that's it. Time, talent, or treasure, support the WP Plugins A to Z podcast. We would greatly appreciate it. All right. What else do we got here? Let's see here. As I bounce back and forth all over the place in my notes, sooner or later I'll get these notes into a specific order that makes more sense. Oh, a random thing. If you need another reason to help convince your clients to get off Wix, follow the link in here. Seems Wix is a big money grab these days, charging people when they've canceled their accounts, still billing them, and then refusing to refund that improperly billed stuff, forcing the people to then claim it against their credit card as a bad charge. So at any rate, it was an interesting read. It's just a bit of an educational thing here. All right, let's cover off this little part here. Other shows and places to get WordPress info and training. We already talked about James's site, the World's Worst Web Developer YouTube channel. Let's go talk over here on WP Builds Podcast. They put out a podcast they do every Monday morning. Well, for me, it's 6 a.m. when they start their show, but it's 2 p.m. England time. I'm not sure what part of England, but England time. 2 p.m. their time is when they go live on Mondays, and then you can download it from their website. They also have a second show. What's their WP Builds Podcast, which has some really great episodes, interviews with multiple people over time. So I appear in one of those episodes. Follow back. I should probably find a link and stuff it in the show notes. So anyway, it's really great. Names for me are out the window. I need to give him a nickname, then I'll remember it. Another one here is WP Rhodes YouTube channel. Again, another YouTube with lots of great content for learning and doing different things on your website. He's got Elementor content, Cyber Monday deals, Automate WordPress, Woo Custom Checkout. Lots of different variations on what he has for content. So go check him out at WP Reels. That'd be Pascal over there. Another one, of course, is WP Tonic. WP Tonic is a great podcast, and this is a list of all their podcasts that they have available. If you want to listen to them from their website, if not, just find it and subscribe to it with your favorite podcast app. And the final one here is WP Mayor. So what happens is I find these things and then I add them and then it takes me a while. Okay, so we've got the videos here, WP Mayor. Lots of online courses, create a WooCommerce order form for easier shopping. Admin columns, pro review, graph comments. So lots of different subjects and items in here for you all to go check out and enjoy. So that wraps it up right now for the other shows and reviews. And this is going to be a bit of a shorter one because I've pretty much run out of content here today. I do want to have a reminder here. You can, if you want to be featured on an interview show, you can go to wppluginsa2z.com/book it and book an interview with WP Plugins A to Z. The booking form has a nice calendar at the bottom that'll show you all the dates I have currently available. And in January, I have the 26th of January. Going to February, I got 2 dates in February. So it's every other Monday I have available unless something else comes up. If it's in red, you can't book it. If it's green, you can book it. And periodically, I will drop in a random one for people to book when I feel like I'll have the time. So coming up, I have an interview with Rudolfo Melogi. Oh, geez, I butchered his name. Sorry, Rodolfo. At any rate, I've got an interview with him coming up for January 12th. He's a WooCommerce developer, author, speaker, business bloomer. A lot of great stuff. Also, go follow him on Twitter. He's another small account. But I'm looking forward to this interview. He puts out a lot of content around WooCommerce. And this past year, I dove into WooCommerce more than I thoroughly expected to. I built out four WooCommerce websites this year. Actually, I built out I built out 2 new ones and I rebuilt 2 is what I did. And I learned so much more and made them so much more efficient. And some of his content was very useful along the way. So go check him out if you're doing WooCommerce. He's got a lot of really great tips and help that might help you out along the way and help you produce better content for you and your clients. So make sure you go check that out. And, we'll be making more noise about it around January 12th, so when this interview is coming up, and it will be a fun, interesting interview. And let's see what else we got. This is it. That pretty much covers it all. So great. Thank you, everyone, for showing up that did show up. I greatly appreciate your time here watching it. Get out there, hit people in the mouth, tell them about our show. Yes, I stole that from No Agenda. Okay. That's pretty much it. All right, I'm going to play a little music to carry us on out of here. Oh, wait, we need to play the extra credits. Let's let my girl take us on out, and then we will play the music to end the show.
Reminders for the show. All the show notes can be found at wppluginsa2z.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A to Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by you, the developers, because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to wppluginsa2z.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show through your favorite podcast app. You can also watch the show live on YouTube at WP Plugins A to Z. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. You can also follow the show on X at WP Plugins A to Z. John can be reached directly through the website wpproa2z.com or email him at john@wppro.ca. Amber can also be contacted through the website at wpproa2z.com or email her directly, amber@wppro.ca. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill.
Alrighty, folks. That's all I got now. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh my god, that is amazing!
Oh no. Obviously, we just lost the satellite feed.